So here it is, yet another attempt at an improvement slash changes video for Madden Ultimate Team. I know I've made a few of these in the past, but of the suggestions I have made each year, none of them seem to be getting through to anyone over at EA, so once again here I am making another video. As I have said before, I really had high hopes for MET this year and thought that this year being an anniversary would be the year that we would see significant changes within MET. If anything, they have managed to make it worse. I've played Madden Ultimate Team every year since it was first introduced as an update back in Madden 10, so regardless of the things they have done over the years, I have been here to witness it all and understand the things that they could have done to make it better. So if anyone from EA is watching this, feel free to take notes, as making any or all of these suggested changes I can guarantee will make MET a much better game mode than what it has become today. But before I get into MET, there is one thing that I would like to address, that being the in-game music. It's pretty bad. Not even after a week of its release for the past 2 years, I've had to go straight into the audio options within this game just to turn the in-game music all the way down. The music doesn't inspire me to want to pull packs, nor does it hype me up to want to play any games, so if we could add some sort of soundtrack to the new game, that would be great. I could care less if you recycled old music from past Maddens, up-and-coming artists, or whatever the case may be. I believe I speak for everyone when I say it's time a soundtrack returns to this game. So moving on to Madden Ultimate Team, one of the first features I would like to see added within this mode, which already exists within the online version of the game, is lobbies. I could guarantee that if these were added within the Ultimate Team portion of the game, it would be used a lot more than the regular online. Adding this would then allow any new veteran or MET players a chance to talk trades, discuss wager games, or just to talk about Ultimate Team in general. And I know some of you are probably already thinking, Infamous, there's already some other sites that have this, but honestly, there's no reason why it shouldn't be on the game itself. Not everyone likes the forums, Facebook, or Twitter, so at least here it gives them the option to hop on the actual game, jump into a lobby, and start chatting. And while we're on the topic of Facebook and Twitter, as I just said, not everyone is into the whole social media thing, so with that said, there's no reason why, if a promo is going on, why we couldn't get some type of message to pop up letting us know any details of what's going on. Madden 11, as soon as you jumped on the Ultimate Team, the first thing that popped up was a message letting you know any and all details of what was going on, whether it be boosted odds for certain players, new players just released, or basically whatever promo they had going on at the time. I myself don't have a problem checking Twitter for updates. I'm just speaking for those that don't have a Twitter or Facebook, that don't even want to bother going on either one. Collections have been a major part of Ultimate Team in recent years. If you don't have collections that are worth doing, then this affects the balance within the game. In Madden 11, it wasn't too much time that went by when we were introduced to the rookie collections. Those collections, which some of you may remember, rewarded you with a significant amount of coins. Completing those collections was not overly difficult, as all the rookies could be found in bronze packs. The point that I'm trying to make is that this year there has been no profitable collections. When you don't have any profitable collections, this leads to everyone not having any coins to purchase packs or cards off the auction block. So I would really like to see those profitable collections in the next game. Now the actual cards this year, some of them have been good and some bad. The main problem, however, is that there are way too many worthless cards in this game. We at first had base golds and elites, then they put out a whole nother set of road to the playoff golds and elites, as well as different chemistry versions. And then they decided to put out playoff golds and regular playoffs. When you have all these cards out there in packs and you don't have great collections that award you any coin profit, and then on top of that have a pro pack, which is the only pack that is available 90% of the time, only allowing you a gold or better card, all of this put together is the reason why this game is way out of balance and why packs for the most part suck. Would have been a lot better in my opinion if they would have came out with regular base golds and left them alone. I honestly didn't think it was really necessary to make 3 different editions of gold cards. As of this past April, I just started playing FIFA 14, which was the first FIFA game I have ever played. Honestly, was never a huge fan of soccer, but I figured I would play it just to see what similarities or differences there were between the Ultimate Teams. Through my short period of playing, I noticed a lot of things that FIFA has that would be great if they added it to Madden. One of those being an offline seasons mode. I know right now we already have the online head-to-head seasons, but still wouldn't hurt to also have a single-player season. The fact that you can offer multiple cards plus coins at the same time while a card is on the auction block on FIFA is amazing. Yet here it is, the 5th year of Madden Ultimate Team, and all I can do is still offer one-for-one trades on a separate trade block. FIFA, if you noticed, also has a live auction block, so you don't have to back out constantly to place a bid on a card. They also give you the option to raise the bid to whatever amount you want at any given time. This would be great because if you're unsure of what your card is worth and you don't feel like checking the auction block, you can put the starting price at 150 coins and someone will more than likely place a bid of what the going rate for is for that card. Another great feature that FIFA has is the fact that you can press one button to relist all of your unsold cards at one time for the same amount it was listed for previously. You have no idea how much time that would have saved me in the past years of MET if I had the ability to do that. Looking at packs right now, it's a Saturday on FIFA and we have bronze, silver, golds, and even 2 different team of the season packs to allow you a better chance to pull some of these new cards that were released. So what packs can we buy right now in Madden? Well, 3 new Ultimate Legends were just released. You would think that maybe legendary packs might be available, but the only pack available right now is that good old fan favorite Pro pack, which doesn't make any sense at all, and they have done that multiple times this year. The one feature that FIFA has right now that blows Madden out of the water is the fact that FIFA has an app which you can basically do everything you need to do within Ultimate Team outside of playing games. Within the app, you can create and edit your squads, buy packs, look for and purchase cards on the auction block, and even sell your own cards. So if you're at work or at a friend's house or on vacation or wherever you may be, you have the ability to be able to access your Ultimate Team without having to turn on your system. When you talk about next-gen gaming, so many new games now are finding ways to keep you hooked playing their game, and one of those ways is creating apps for their games. Madden Ultimate Team is definitely one of those games that needs an app. So right there, just adding some of the features that FIFA already has now would be a huge improvement to Madden Ultimate Team today. When you talk about being more user-friendly, one way would be to allow us to throw our cards straight from our reserves into the pending collections. Also, scrolling through collections should be a lot easier than it is. Would love for them to make a quick drop-down menu so I could go to certain collections quicker than having to scroll all the way to the correct collection. Being able to accept trades easier would also be a nice feature. Can't tell you how many times in the past I've been in the middle of a game only to finish that game to find out someone offered a great card, then canceled their offer. Some type of small pop-up notification in-game would be great, then if I could pause the game and then accept that offer. That may get annoying with the notifications, but at least if your asking criteria is down to a specific card, then I don't think that that would be a big deal. I, as well as others, would love to see different game modes within Ultimate Team, such as draft duels, of those of you that remember from last year. I did a video regarding that mode and honestly was probably one of the best things that they brought into Ultimate Team. Thought it would have made a return this year, but unfortunately that hasn't happened. Would love for it to make a return in the next game. So moving on to some of your YouTube suggestions and comments. Savage98 says make it very difficult to get a 99 overall team. They should really make it difficult to get a 90 overall team. Any player over 90 overall should be rare, and getting a 90 to 90 overall team should be something that you have to strive for, not just a joke. Personally, I do agree with this. The past couple of years, it has been entirely too easy to get a 90 overall team within the first few weeks, although this year it wasn't as easy as previous years. Would love for them to try going to an experience point based deal where the more you play with your players, the more their stats increase. All they would have to do is put a cap limit on cards so you couldn't turn a 50 overall bronze card into a 99. But here's the thing about 99 overall players. If I'm looking at this from a pack or bundle buyer standpoint and they release limited edition cards that are not 99 or close to a 99, which are not the best in the game, then I'm more than likely not going to buy a whole bundle to try to pull that card knowing better cards are yet to come. So from the business standpoint, EA realistically has to release high rated cards in order to entice people to want to buy packs, because we have basically been spoiled in the past years with cards. It's now at the point now where we have cards with 101 and 102 stats as well as boost, in which to me those are just sales gimmicks, but it's to the point now where do you go from here? We've just been spoiled way too much with these outrageous card stats. John Harris says, quote, go back to MUT 12. They literally helped the users out so much with things like the Easter Egg Bowl promo, where every fantasy reward was released. That year was amazing. Yes, back in MUT 12, they put the Easter egg card in all packs, including bronze. That card later hatched into a Jets Tim Tebow, in which turned out to be one of the most valuable cards in MUT history. Once collected, that card unlocked every fantasy reward card throughout the year, as well as a bunch of other legends. It was definitely not expected, but truly appreciate them for doing that. This year, however, the Easter promo was a complete joke. I have no idea who thought making that card not exist was a good idea, but for them to do something like that after the season's over was terrible. If that were me, I would have made that card somewhat easy to pull as a thank you for your guys' continued support of the game, but this year, as far as giving back to the community as a whole, has not been a priority. YouTube user Blue Devil 3473423 says bring back MET 11 team collections with at least decent rewards. The team collections were garbage this year up until they made the elite and playoff versions. The MET 11 team collections were the best of any year. Completing one of those collections, you would receive a player who once played for that team plus a nice coin reward. They also at the beginning did not make it easy to pull any of the high rated golds, which made it tough to finish each collection. Would definitely love to see them go back to something similar. Videos 41662 suggestions for MET, rid the game of collectibles, make packs affordable and not the crap that was this year. Also collections that actually paid good amounts. I can agree with all three of those. If it's one thing I can't stand from this year and the previous year, it was the absolute lack of creativity within the promos. Pretty sad when you have a whole team dedicated to this mode and the only thing that you can think of is collectibles. They really need to step their game up when it comes to the promos. As far as the pack prices in terms of the money, I believe they are way overpriced. They actually seem to be getting more expensive every year. I don't think any of these packs should be over $3 a piece. If they actually lowered them and made them more affordable, they would probably sell a lot more. I just can't see paying anywhere close to $10 for a premium pack to only pull golds. To me, that is just highway robbery and why I don't spend money on packs. When it comes to the coins, I feel the exact same way. The pro packs that we have now remind me of the old silver packs. Those without question should be cut in half. Just Call Me Kevin says better / more packs. Pulling only one gold card, which for me is usually a 69 to 75 overall, is ridiculous. Better collection rewards. If they have to, they should be similar to the collections in MET 11 and 12. Bundles with coins, better promos like happy hours. We have not had a single one this year. And finally, draft duels. I would personally like to see it come back, for it was one of the most balanced and fair parts in MET 13 for that short span of time. Not only are the prices bad, but so are the selections of packs that we have had. They have had somewhat of a variety of packs, but the problem is that they are not always available. They have also made it very clear that this year they would rather you spend money, because when they do put out a new pack, there is normally always no more than a 3-pack limit for single packs. Last year we were able to buy bundles with coins. This year all of a sudden we can't. Having packs available during the weekends for a limited time was their way of hooking you into wanting to buy packs, which is why they at least tried to have at least one limited edition card every weekend throughout the year. Did it work? Of course, because every weekend I always read about someone buying a bundle and not pulling anything. So yes, I would love to see more packs available all the time, but will it happen? Probably not. We'll see. Happy hours they had in the past. Those of you new this year which are unfamiliar with happy hours are basically boosted odds on being able to pull certain cards. Normally the cards that were in a happy hour were pretty tough to pull originally, so yes, happy hours back in MET would be nice. Sean McGregor says a practice mode in MET would be cool. Yes, a practice mode in MET would be pretty cool if you wanted to try out certain plays or if we had the ability to create our own playbook. Unfortunately, I don't really see them making a practice mode because we basically already have one, that being the numerous solo challenges in which we have to choose from. MultiFootball67 says they need to get rid of the auction tax. While I do agree that they need to get rid of it, I also do not see this happening because tax is basically EA's way of getting coins out of circulation. The more coins that are taken away from auctions, the less coins people have, and that in return for them hopes to lead you into buying bundles. And the last suggestion that I see a lot comes from Shorty1456100, and he suggests that we have coin wager lobbies so people can play instead of working the auction block. As Mr. E-Rock has responded, wager lobbies can't happen because that is considered gambling, and that would take the E for everyone rating away, meaning a ton of kids couldn't purchase the game. This is actually true. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that EA has already said that we wouldn't be seeing any wager games one way or another, but for the sake of argument, let's say that they did. The main problem that you're going to have with any wager coin or card game within the game is the fact that there is always going to be that one guy out there who exploits the game to try to find a way to get that win. So once that guy figures out how to do it, he will normally tell someone else, and pretty soon you will have everyone doing it. Once this happens, I can only imagine the amount of calls EA would be getting in regards to this of people crying because they got cheated out of their card or coins. So the solution to wager games is simple: play them at your own risk. Would be absolutely shocked to see them ever add this within Ultimate Team. Honestly, probably the only thing close you will see to wager games would be the return of draft duels. So with all that said, that's just some of the many suggestions that could improve or change Ultimate Team for the future. I know I jumped around all over the place with these, but honestly there is really no correct order to follow when it comes to these changes. Before I go, there is one last idea that I have, which, should it ever happen, would both benefit EA and the community at the same time. I had briefly mentioned this in a video I did a couple years ago, so I would just like to explain it a little more in detail. If you guys remember, back in Madden 12, all of us who got the Hall of Fame edition received an oversized MUT card of Marshall Faulk, so they were already close to doing this. My idea is that they should make actual trading cards of the cards from Madden Ultimate Team that you could buy in packs at the store. EA already knows beforehand which players and legends they have the rights to before the game is released anyway, so I really wouldn't think it would be that difficult to do. Within that pack, you could have random bronze, silver, golds, elites, and legends, and out of one pack, at least have one card that has a code, which you can redeem on the actual Ultimate Team part of the game. So basically be a one-time use code, kind of like a 2K locker code or something. Now that card with a code could be a limited edition numbered legend, gold, or elite, or whatever card they choose to use. If they did this, not only would it open the market up to all the guys that collect cards in general, but it would also give us the freedom to do whatever we wanted to do with those cards. We would actually have hard copies of the cards, so once the servers got shut down for the game, we would at least have the actual cards to show for having played that Madden. I truly believe, with how popular Ultimate Team has grown over the years, that if they chose to do this with just Madden and FIFA today, it would create a worldwide craze and probably be even more popular than those Pokemon cards from recent past. All they would have to do is include one pack in the next special edition version of Madden, and right there would be the start of it all. Some of you are probably thinking how they would go about doing the fantasy and playoff cards, but that's what the actual game is for. They could release those as they normally do on the actual game. I'm just mainly talking about the base cards plus what legends they intend to create. Either way, I really hope in this next game we see some significant changes to Ultimate Team, as I, as well as a lot of you, were disappointed this year. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Infamous, and I'm out. Peace.